What's going on, YouTube? This is Mag Dog TV coming back with another one. Shedeur Sanders showed up to the joint practice against the Philadelphia Eagles 40 minutes early once again. Nevertheless, the Cleveland Browns still did not give him any reps in today's practice. We also get a chance to take a listen to hear what Kevin Stefanski had to say about this quarterback rotation.
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go.
So the Cleveland Browns and the Philadelphia Eagles began their joint practice today to prep for the upcoming preseason game, which will take place on NFL Network this upcoming Saturday. Many Browns fans are very disappointed in the fact that Kevin Stefanski still wouldn't give any reps to Shedeur Sanders. He didn't get not one rep today in practice. Dillon Gabriel got some reps in with the Warns, but Kevin Stefanski did speak out to the media before the joint practice. I'm going to play this video clip and let you guys hear what he had to say, along with how he's going to manage Shedeur Sanders' reps ahead of the upcoming preseason game against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Kevin, after the game in Charlotte, you said Shedeur would get plenty of reps in the next game. If Pickett and Gabriel can't play, would he start?
Yeah, I guess if those guys could not play, yes. Yeah, and we're working through that, Tony. We're always going to play our young guys a lot in these games, so we'll see how it shakes out here over the next couple of days.
Is there some wisdom, though, if Dillon is healthy? Would you like to see him get a start as well, potentially?
Yeah, potentially. Again, the plan was always to give both of those guys a start in the preseason, so we'll see how it shakes out.
What about first-team reps against the first-team Eagles defense today? Is Joe going to get a majority of those?
I'd say Joe will get the majority of them, yes.
Kevin, is it harder to divide those reps up in a joint practice setting like this than maybe back in Berea to get all the guys?
I don't think it's harder. No, I think it's the reps are what they are. You obviously have the game coming down the line here on Saturday, where you keep that in mind when you're putting the rep plan together.
All right, so as you guys can see, Cleveland Browns reporter Daniel Oyefuzi said no filming allowed at Browns-Eagles joint practices, just in for your information. Browns-Eagles just finished a one-on-one period. Offensive line, defensive line were working on stunt pickups, wide receiver DBs, one-on-ones, and the same for the running backs, tight end, linebackers, and etc. Flacco connected with Judy on a quick slant. And they got to 7-on-7 period. This is how 7-on-7 went for the Browns offense. Pickett with the ones, Gabriel with the twos, Huntley with the threes. So as we see, Shedeur Sanders didn't receive any reps with the 7-on-7s. As far as 11-on-11s, Daniel Oyefuzi said so far in 11-on-11s for the Browns offense is Flacco with the ones, Dillon Gabriel with the twos, and then he later retweeted that Gabriel running with the ones now. So as you guys can see, Dillon Gabriel hasn't proved anything, but he gets that opportunity to run with the ones. Completely hilarious. But anyway, let's continue to see how practice went today. All right, so Zach Jackson reported 10 total plays for Gabriel and then 1 for Huntley. Looks like Flacco and the starters are back in now. Fans was completely disappointed in what they were seeing, including myself. One said, is Sanders hurt or something? Someone else says, no, Shedeur. Yeah, G. Bush, I know you said you can't endorse Shedeur being traded, but I do think it's possible they don't believe in this kid. If he's not going to get an opportunity here, they should let him go. Gabriel with the twos and the ones, and Huntley getting reps before him. Come on. Pathetic work by the coaching staff. This is ridiculous. Shedeur has to be sore injured, right? As you guys can see, people are very, very furious of what's going on, of the way that the Cleveland Browns are managing the quarterback rotation, not giving Shedeur Sanders any reps. I'm going to tell you guys how I really feel after we continually see how practice was today. All right, so the next slide, you guys can see Mary Kay reported Shedeur Sanders didn't take any reps in the first 7-on-7 period first 11-on-11 period versus the Eagles. Browns, Shedeur Sanders will start versus the Eagles Saturday if Dylan Gabriel's hamstring prevents him from starting, Kevin Stefanski says, Cleveland.com. She also later reported just finished the second team period, 11-on-11 red zone, and Brown, Shedeur Sanders still didn't take a rep in either of that versus the Eagles either. The Cleveland Browns local media are starting to back Shedeur Sanders. One of them wrote, "You'll never convince me this team knows what they're doing. They're playing a dangerous game because everyone with eyes so far has seen one guy play well." And as you guys can see down there, that somebody said this is literally even more embarrassing than I thought the Browns could be. Levels unheard of. They're afraid to show they were wrong, so they're forcing Gabriel down our throats on top of playing a guy that's been here, what, a week over him. Daniel Oyefuzi reports back to regular 11-on-11s. Flacco up with the Warns, finds Jerry Jeudy on a post route with Jacorian Bennett in coverage. Gabriel wrapped up the session with a short TD to Travion Williams, found him in the flat. Lastly, here's an example of why I won't be reporting anything coming from Zach Jackson. He reported second play, Dylan Gabriel easy TD to LaVarden on a crossing route, 3 plays, and now the starter's back in. As you guys can see, somebody commented it didn't count. There was a penalty. And then Daniel Oyefuzi with the blue check beside his name said that Gabriel now in with the twos, found Gage LaVarden in the corner of the end zone, but flag was thrown for an apparent penalty on the offense. So why, if you are Zach Jackson reporting this, saying that it was an easy TD when it really didn't count? So now I would not cover anything coming from Zach Jackson because I don't know what's his intent when it comes to saying something like that when it didn't count. Anyway, moving forward, in my personal opinion, I still believe that it's BS in the way that the Cleveland Browns managing these reps with Shedeur Sanders. Even if he's going to start, he still deserves reps with the guys, whether it's the first team, second team, third team. He still needs to get that repetition down. It's about chemistry. Football is not a game where you can turn the switch on and off when you feel like it. It takes practice. It's not something where you can just go out there and just ball. There's going to come a time where the Cleveland Browns is going to call on Shedeur Sanders during the regular season. But because he didn't receive any reps in with Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku, and all those boys, it's going to take some time for him to get the timing down with the wide receivers. You would think the Cleveland Browns would notice, though. This is BS in my personal opinion. It's something that I've never, ever seen in my entire life. And I'm young, but I'm just telling you guys, I have enough common sense to know you need reps. Practice reps. You're giving it to Joe Flacco. You're giving it to Dylan Gabriel. You're giving it to Kenny Pickett, but you won't give it to Shedeur Sanders. This is a dangerous game that the Cleveland Browns are playing. I hope and pray that the Cleveland Browns fan base boycott this football team because what they are doing to Shedeur Sanders is complete BS in my personal opinion. You guys can get down in the comments and let me know, how do you guys feel about this joint practice? We will see what they do tomorrow. They will do full scrimmage live, and we probably will be able to have some access as far as video coverage of the practice. But what's the purpose of having video coverage if they're not giving Shedeur Sanders any reps? Because if that's the case, I'm not going to report it anyway. I'm here for Shedeur Sanders, so I don't care how their practice goes. If Shedeur Sanders is not practicing, I don't want to see it. So if Shedeur Sanders is not a part of the Cleveland Browns, I won't even be covering this football team. So I hope they understand that 1000%. You guys can get down in the comments and let me know, how do you guys feel? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell. That way, every time I upload a new video, you guys will see it. Until next time, peace.